Let me ask you a question today. If you needed to draw on your strength, your inner being, your inner will, your emotional strength, do you know how much strength you'd really have? Would you be able to go to the moon or dig deep into this reservoir that was really, really deep and you could just pull out strength? Or would it be just contained in this small box? Hold on to that question. I'm going to share with you today a couple stories. The first story is about the Ironman triathlon in Canada, Penticton, British Columbia, and I decided at the magic age of 60 that I was going to do this triathlon. And I knew I would need strength, but I didn't really know how much strength I'd need. And I got through the 4-kilometer swim, and I got through the 180-kilometer bike. And then came the simple marathon, only 42 kilometers. I discovered at the 10-kilometer mark that I had full-on blisters on both pads of my feet. What would you do? Would you draw on your strength? And do you really know how much strength you'd have? I decided that I would continue the walk and I would persevere with patience and determination, and I absolutely found out how much strength I needed. You see, it took me 8 hours and 20 minutes to finish that marathon, and I really needed strength. The other story I'd like to share with you is when I came back from the Boston Marathon to the news that my son had been diagnosed with acute lymphocytic leukemia. We discovered at that point how much strength we as a family, me as a person, me as a dad, would really need. We resolved that we would go to the moon, drawing on that reservoir of strength. And we went through the chemotherapy, we went through the radiation, and we went through the steroids, and we needed strength every day. Let me ask you this. If you went through that situation, your family, how much strength could you draw on? Today, I share stories of strength with my clients. I share stories with those that I have an impact on because I've now been involved in this business of life. The business of life, and I know I have an impact with the strength that I'm able to deliver to clients each and every day, because you never know how much strength you really have until strength is the only choice you have. I make an impact through the strength I have, through those stories each and every day with the clients. Strength is the only choice I have.